Most people assume that if you're born into wealth and privilege, the path ahead is easy, that doors open automatically, that dreams require no fighting for, that someone with everything already has nothing left to prove. Annie Moon of ALLDAY Project was born into one of the most powerful family dynasties in South Korea. Her great-grandfather founded Samsung. Her family controls Shinsegae, the country's largest retail conglomerate. She is, by every external measure, someone who had everything, and yet she spent 10 years fighting for permission to do the one thing she actually wanted, to make music. 10 years of telling her family she wanted this, of being told no, of refusing to stop wanting it anyway, and the condition they finally gave her? Get into an Ivy League university first. So she did. Welcome back to IconPsych. Today's video is one that I think will surprise you, because we're talking about someone whose story doesn't fit the usual narrative about struggle and success. Annie Moon has privilege, real privilege, the kind most people will never experience. And yet her psychology, the way she thinks about passion, connection, and what success actually means, is one of the most grounded and genuine mindsets I've come across on this channel. If you're new here, subscribe. Now let's get into it. Annie Moon is a South Korean-American rapper, lyricist, and model. She is the eldest member and sub-rapper of ALLDAY Project, a co-ed group formed under EU, the Black label, the same label behind Blackpink's Rosé and producer Teddy. She debuted on June 23, 2025, with the single Famous. She is 24 years old. Her great-grandfather is Lee Byung-chul, the founder of Samsung Group, South Korea's largest conglomerate. Her family also controls Shinsegae, the country's biggest luxury retail empire. She attended and graduated from Columbia University, one of the most prestigious Ivy League institutions in the world. On paper, she has everything. And that is exactly what makes her psychology so interesting. Because having everything didn't make her want less. It made her fight harder for the one thing money and lineage couldn't simply hand her. A music career built on genuine talent and passion, not her family name. Here is the part of Annie's story that I think most people overlook because they get stuck on the privilege narrative. She wanted to be a singer since she was a child. She grew up watching 2NE1 and Big Bang. She said, "I always had to do CL's part." That's how deep the passion went. Not a passing interest, not a lifestyle choice. A genuine, decade-long, unwavering calling. And her family said no, not once, not twice. For years, she kept asking. They kept saying no. And eventually the deal was struck. Get into the Ivy League and we'll allow it. Now, I want you to sit with that for a moment. Because what Annie did next is the psychologically significant part. She didn't choose between her dream and her family's condition. She chose both. She got into Columbia University, one of the most academically demanding institutions in the world, while holding on to the music dream that had driven her for a decade. That is not the behavior of someone coasting on privilege. That is the behavior of someone who refused to let any obstacle, including the ones placed by the people who loved her, become a permanent no. There is a well-documented psychological phenomenon called intrinsic motivation. It describes the kind of drive that comes from genuine internal passion rather than external reward. And research consistently shows that intrinsically motivated people who are doing something because they genuinely love it outperform externally motivated people in almost every measurable way. They are more creative, more resilient, more likely to persist through difficulty, more satisfied with their work. Annie's 10-year pursuit of a music career against her family's resistance is a textbook example of intrinsic motivation operating under extreme external pressure. She wasn't chasing music because it would make her richer. She was already rich. She wasn't chasing it for status. She already had more status than most people will ever approach. She was chasing it because something inside her, something that had been there since she was a child watching CL perform, simply would not let her stop. And that kind of passion, the kind that survives a decade of family resistance and an Ivy League prerequisite, is not something privilege produces. It is something privilege genuinely cannot manufacture. It either exists inside you or it doesn't. Annie had it, and she refused to trade it for comfort. Here is something Annie said in an interview that stopped me completely. When asked about success, she said, "For me, success means being able to keep doing what we love while exchanging positive energy with fans. It's not about fame. It's about connection. Through our music, I want people to feel empowered to be their truest selves and to gain confidence." Read that again. A woman who could have defined success as maintaining a billion-dollar family legacy, who could have measured it in the currency her family has accumulated for generations, and she defines it as connection, empowering people to be their truest selves, exchanging positive energy. That reframing from inherited wealth as success to genuine human connection as success is one of the most psychologically healthy orientations toward achievement that I have ever encountered in someone at her level of privilege, because most people assume that more money means more happiness, more status means more fulfillment, more recognition means more purpose. But Annie grew up surrounded by all of those things, and she chose music. She chose connection. She chose the thing that made her feel most alive, not the thing that was most expected of her. Here is something about Annie that I deeply respect. She has faced significant public criticism since her debut. People have questioned whether someone with her background deserves to be in K-pop, whether her privilege invalidates her passion, whether the narrative of struggle she tells about convincing her family is real struggle, at all given the extraordinary advantages she was born with. And Annie's response to all of that criticism was not a press statement or an apology. It was a song. In March 2026, she co-wrote and performed a track called "I Don't Bargain," which many listeners interpreted as a direct response to the gold spoon controversy that had followed her. She put her answer directly into her art. She used the criticism as creative fuel. That response, the choice to transform public attack into artistic expression rather than defensive explanation, is one of the most psychologically mature and creatively powerful things a public figure can do. It says, "I heard you, and I made something out of it." That's all I have to say. And now I want to speak directly to you, because I think Annie's story, unusual and privileged as it is, carries something genuinely universal inside it. Most of us will never face Annie's specific circumstances, but most of us have faced some version of the core experience her story is really about. Being told no by people whose approval we needed, having a passion that the people closest to us didn't understand or support, feeling the pressure to be something expected rather than something true, and quietly, persistently, stubbornly refusing to let go of the thing that felt most like ourselves. Annie spent 10 years saying yes to herself before anyone else said yes to her. She met impossible conditions. She got the degree. She kept the dream alive through all of it. And when people questioned her right to be there, she wrote a song about it. The lesson is not that privilege doesn't matter. It does. The lesson is that passion matters more than people assume. That the internal drive to create something genuine, to connect with other human beings through something real, is not something any amount of money or advantage automatically produces. And it is not something any amount of criticism can permanently extinguish if it is genuinely yours. Annie said success is about connection, about empowering people to be their truest selves. Whatever your truest self is, whatever passion you have been quietly carrying against resistance, that is what deserves your yes, even if it takes 10 years to get it from everyone else first. Annie Moon had every reason to take the easier path, the expected path, the one that required no 10-year fight and no Ivy League prerequisite, and no public criticism about whether she deserved to be where she was. She chose the harder one, not because she needed to prove anything to the world, but because she needed to be true to something in herself that had been there since she was a child, doing CL's part in her living room. That is the psychology of genuine passion. It doesn't ask for permission forever. It asks once, and then again, until someone finally says yes, or until you find a way to say yes to yourself anyway. Subscribe to IconPsych. Share this with someone who has been waiting for permission to chase what they actually love. We will see you in the next one.